Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions, the first episode after the wrap-up of Fairyblossom Festival Midsummer Games. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lily, and tonight, wow, it's been a while since we've seen all of you. I am sorry that we're a little late tonight. It is all my fault. I have just been incredibly backed up trying to catch up after all the crazy events of High Court and the games. But if you guys would please like and subscribe, and tonight we are going to slurp the bell.
I'm not slurping anything.
Or maybe the heat killed him. I don't know. It got hotter than it's ever been in the history of recording weather in his duchy this last weekend. So he might actually be dead and soon to join the rank and file with Frank.
I see he already dead.
Hey, Facebook user, good evening to you. We don't know who you are, though, because you have to go to streamyard.com/Facebook and let Facebook see who you are.
I'm just saying. User.
Here, I'll put the link here for you. Yay, there it is. Okay. So, yes, good evening, though, to everybody. It is wonderful to see you all out there. Also, I want to, before we jump into all of the things, please allow me to give a shout out to this week's sponsor, which is Heartsong Arts Pottery. And they are one of our Fairyblossom Festival vendors. They are your favorite site for earth-themed, natural, stained and glazed pottery in all sorts and varieties. They have mugs, planters, and you'll find plenty to tempt you. There is even garden sculpture with totems and fairy house statues. Bring the fae to life in your everyday crockery. Free deliveries on all orders that are $35 or more. And you can find all of their information in the ticker and the low bar, or maybe just the low bar if I forgot to turn on the ticker. I'm sort of brain fried right now. No, I got it. It's right there in the ticker. Yay, go me. So, with all that said, yay. Here we are. How did you guys tell me a little bit about your festival experiences this weekend? We were indoors for the first, and hopefully, at least for Midsummer, the only time ever. Because
that was actually my favorite part, is that we were indoors.
I think that it worked out to our advantage unwittingly that was a thing, because even at our normal location site, which we could not use this year, of course, because of COVID, it was over 100 degrees. I think, what did you say it was, Ion? Like 108 or something?
Yeah, I thought I saw it get up to 110 or something like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine.
It said 115 when I looked.
And so while it was blazing hot where we were, at least most of what we did was inside. And so we were at a cool, like 90 degrees instead of, 110. It's kind of I'd say cold comfort, but it wasn't cold and it wasn't comfortable. So that's a thing. Aha! Rose the contrarian. Poppy. Sorry, what were you saying, Ion?
Oh, there were still quite a few activities that were outside. We did some elf shot. We did some sword buffering, and there was some seeking of riddles and puzzle pieces and fairy houses and such.
Yes,
so,
the
there
fairy
was also
house.
some heat stroke. There was it was bad.
The fairy house quest, funny enough, I think all of the fairy houses got accidentally left behind at the hotel in their hidden locations. So at some point in the future, there will be people who find little secret fairy houses that have...
Don't get a prize for finding them.
Sadly, I think absolutely none of it has any way for them to know who we are to get into contact with us, because it wasn't really meant to be for the mundanes, but now the mundanes are going to have it.
I hid those houses very well.
Yes, you did. In fact, number 2 seemed to have been the best hidden house of all time. Is that what are you doing there? Are you giving, I could not tell what you were doing from the side. It either looked like a rock on or an okay sign or something less politic. So, yes.
Well, being indoors meant I got to cook indoors this year instead of out in the camp kitchen in the heat. So maintaining the lower end of the temperature scale for a little while was wonderful while cooking.
You were just glad you didn't have to faint while making soup.
I didn't even have to be in the Great Hall, the lodge, because the lodge is so big it's hard to cool it off. But they don't have any cook stoves there. So I was in my own little hovel over in Building 4, just like there with the stove and the big pots of soup. And we actually had a really good turnout. Lots of people loved the soup, which I always love that feeling of being able to feed a bunch of people and yummy food and having a whole bunch of people bring stuff. Since I haven't washed the pot yet, technically, yes, I do still have some. I actually think it's still on the car.
Oh, man, that car's
taken possession of the pot. Well, speaking of that, opening the door of the land dragon on our way home and having a dozen eggs fall out.
What? I didn't hear about that. What happened?
The Flora brought us a wonderful dozen of eggs, and they were put in under something so that they would stay cooler and not be right up in the surface next to a window where they would overheat and thus cook in the vehicle. Oh yes, there's with all the mushrooms floating on the top.
One of them. It's either the vegetarian or the one with chicken. But
that's the one with chicken.
Yes,
I know which pot it is in. But yes, the when we opened the back door, the container with the eggs tumbled out with a few other items, and now there is a cooked egg on the parking lot. Such a horrible loss.
I seem to recall a brief discussion leading into the weekend when the forecast was going up to like 118 about whether or not we should try to cook an egg on someone's land dragon. So we did not do that.
On mine.
We did not do that, but it was a thing. I wonder if Count Morbid's going to stay like that until we clap or something. I'm not entirely sure.
I applaud him on playing dead.
We have to whisper, "Wake up!"
I believe in Count Morbid. I do.
Well. Ow. Hurt. I hurt myself.
What are you all doing here?
What are you doing here? This is your worst nightmare. You were having a lovely little nap, and now you're having a nightmare where you are in this little YouTube portal realm.
You don't have to tell me it's a
me.
nightmare, because all my nightmares have you in it, so I already know it is one.
I'm so flattered.
Good job, Fairy Princess Lolly.
I'm so flattered. No, I did. I bruised I don't even know if you guys can see it. I bruised myself really quite. It's kind of like it's hard to see bruise. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it, like right there.
So Fairyblossom.
Right on my phone.
Fairyblossom? Is that this weekend?
What's your report?
Yes,
it is this weekend. This weekend.
So in a few days.
No. Last weekend.
Oh, right. Then my favorite part was when my favorite part is when Lolly left. No. So my favorite part of Fairyblossom is when the sun started to speak to me and said, "Don't be afraid. I know it's uncomfortable now, but soon we will all be ash. And once you are all burned to death, then you will know the sweet, sweet oblivion of the grave." So that was my favorite part, when the sun started to speak to me personally.
I think maybe you were ill.
Welcome, Flora.
Hello.
Hi, Flora.
How's everyone doing?
Did you end up in the desert with no name, Count Morbid?
Well, there was a horse, of course.
Oh man, hello Illyria, how are you? I see you out there. So, how about you, Gunther? What is your report for the weekend?
I mean, I enjoyed,
The report is it's hot.
when I was inside. I told you that. It was
Wait,
nice.
what?
I
It was
enjoyed
night.
that.
No, what?
I think the best part of it to me was when I got to go swimming.
What?
Oh, you mean when it was over?
No.
No, it
After
wasn't
everybody
over.
went home and Gunther jumped in the swimming pool. No,
I mean,
Gunther.
That's,
No. Tell us about Fairyblossom.
that didn't happen when it was over. It was. I enjoyed getting to being a fill-in for the king, I guess, since the king went missing and such. They had
I
to.
thought you
I
said
was the
villain.
highest ranking of the court of the city court, so I got to sit in. Actually, it's
In
really
fact, there's
terrifying.
evidence of this right here.
See, you can tell that I'm gripping that hammer specifically tight because I might have to bash somebody. Just saying.
I don't know what just happened. Ah! What's happening?
I like that.
I don't know.
I like that view, except that it would be better if the picture was bigger than you. But
It was.
There.
She's
Yay!
got, I love how the High Queen has a nice throne and I have an ottoman.
Well,
I thought
or
that
you're
was
part of the Ottoman
humorous.
Empire.
Yeah.
At least you had some
You're
sort of
part of
cushion on
the
your
Empire.
backside.
Well,
At least you weren't sitting on a bucket.
that's true. At least I wasn't sitting on a bucket, but it's hard for me to sit on those things. So I'm all slouched over and whatnot.
but there was
Ottomans
no
were good
other
enough for the
option.
Turks.
There
I mean,
was,
I'm not a Turk. I'm a huge
Istanbul
freaking guy.
was
you know what? It's actually nobody's business. So,
instant. Instant bull. No, instant.
Constantinople.
Son of a monkey. By the way,
instant
I
bowl,
will say
like
I did-
instant bowl of noodles.
Yes, like ramen noodles by Dorian. But
I mean, I like noodles.
I will say that one of my parts of, let's say, favorite of Fairyblossom was actually walking along the river because first off I was eating it. Ow! I pinched myself. I was eating and I watched the moon rise up over the Columbia, and then I went back to where everyone was and gathered up a few mostly younglings, and we walked along the river, and I think encountered French people. But
How did you know?
because they were speaking French.
Baguettes.
That could have been Canadian. You don't know.
You're Canadian.
No, I'm not.
What? No, he's not. What are you talking about? I'm just saying. So,
Your face is Canadian.
uh-oh. No, I'm sorry. I want to forget that this happened. Even though I'm not.
I wish I had gotten the whole thing on video instead of just half of it. Because it was absolutely adorable.
If only somebody had tried twice to tell you that was a bad idea, and it was nobody. It was too hot, and nobody had time for that. If only there had been some brave, handsome nobleman to tell you, don't do this. Don't do this.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, 10 minutes into the apology, I was about ready to blow my brains out because it was so hot she wouldn't shut up.
It was not 10 minutes long. Thank you very much.
First off, that is regardless of
five.
apology or heat. You know. But
Wait,
I
what?
would just like to point out what happens when an unsealy does get invited to a birthday party. Suddenly everyone's asleep for 100 years. We have these stories for a reason. Maleficent doesn't get invited to a party, world ending.
I mean, only if there wasn't photo evidence of the throne being placed in the throne room. Oh no.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just
If
saying-
only somebody hadn't made sure that the queen would be super annoyed and be all. If only there was some way to know that the queen was an evil unseelie.
I'm just saying that. Wow.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Really a terrible idea.
I loved how the queen told us that it was a convertible chair just in case.
Yes. Also, for the record, please never put my craft projects in a public restroom at the end of a pandemic. Just saying.
Hey,
Like, I'm firmly
look how
against
clean
that.
it
I
is.
want that stated for the record that no, really. Never put my craft projects in a public restroom.
I'm just going to say this like this. It was super hot during court both times. So right now for next year, I'm doing an all call for the High Queen to have cabana boys. So if you're interested in being with the High Queen's cabana boy, please just let me know. Give me a call. We'll
How
work
come
it out.
My
Cabana
goodness.
Boys? I want Cabana Boys. I even have
You
fans.
already have some.
No,
You know,
what?
Marcus
Not
did
one
a
of them
horrible
was there
job
with a
fanning the
fan
queen.
fanning me. I want a trolley.
You want a trolley. You
I
have
do.
a trolley.
Yeah, well,
You need a
where-
traveling
where
You want another trolley that pees on things. You want that trolley.
also knows how to work a fan.
Oh, I
No, he
volunteer for that
doesn't.
one.
That was the problem. That was the complaint. He doesn't know how to
It
work
was
a fan.
Marcus who was waving the fan.
Marcus was very confused about the fan.
Oh, was it Marcus waving the fan?
Yes,
He wasn't very
because
good
his
at it
war
either.
paint, his elven war paint. I loved it. It was exquisite
Mm.
in silver.
Well,
Fine. This is an all call for Fairy Princess Lolly and High Queen Una's cabana boys. If you want to be the ladies' cabana boy, just give me a call. Hook you up. All right?
wow.
Just look to Gunther. That's all.
It's still going to be your job to hold the umbrella, though. You're
No.
tallest.
No. Last time I held the umbrella, I had one arm that got tan and one arm that didn't. I was not okay with that. I didn't feel like being Malibu half and half. It's not okay.
It was so hot that I was praying for a Kansas school child to throw a bucket of water on me so I'd melt.
Right.
I mean, we do have a picture of you somewhere carrying an umbrella.
A very
Multiplied
pink one at
parasols.
that. A
Yeah.
very, very pink one.
A lovely, lovely pink one. Yes.
You know,
That
and
is
the funny
correct.
thing about that umbrella is it actually weighed more than you did. And that's the one I'm referring to that caused me to have one side of me have tan and one side of me not. I
Okay.
I understand, Justin. It's crazy.
One
happens,
of the
though.
things I liked at Fairyblossom is some new friends got to join us that we hadn't seen before.
I don't
Like,
like
Oh yes, we had a lot.
We had a lot of new
friends,
people.
which was pretty cool. I did find the apology to Rapunzel that you, the bit of it that you had. If you really want to see me
I
grovel,
don't want
suppose.
to see it again. I'll have flashbacks to heat stroke.
I mean,
It neared 100 degrees outside during that.
I think we also
hey,
had
you
some
guys are the
pictures
ones
along the
complaining.
river,
Well,
too.
I was the one that had to grovel in all of the heat, and you're like, "Oh, we had to sit there." Well, next time I'm just going to call you forth, and you can grovel on my behalf if you
You know
thought
what?
just
No,
resting was
because
Alternatively,
so terrible
none of us-
comparatively.
None of us
alternatively, don't
None of
stroke
us
the
stole the
queen.
throne and put it in the bathroom.
Well, I didn't steal the throne. It was given to me by Trolley. He brought it out, and then he handed it to me, and then I put the throne in the throne room.
No, we were asking where to put it.
What? Well, yes, you were. And then he handed it to me, and I put the throne in the throne room.
You know, I don't think that it's actually heat PTSD I got, Rachel. I think it's just, putting up with crap during the heat's what I had.
And by the way, there was a pillow for the groveling because there was also a pillow for all of the kneeling before the queen that all the various people had to do.
But there
So-
wasn't ibuprofen for my back when I had to do it.
Shall I play the short snippet? It
Yes,
is
play your snippety snip
Yes.
snip.
52 seconds long. Can you dig it?
It is
No.
dog. Consider it dog.
Consider it, Doug. I actually have several good videos, I think. I was thinking of making a highlights reel, so I don't know.
I should send you more of the videos I have then.
You should send me all of the things that you have.
All of the things.
All of the things. Okay,
Do you
here we
mean
go.
there's going to be a place that we can just drop them into so we can put,
Well, normally, I think that Famous Dana already has that from me, but you can also put it into our message thing.
Fair enough.
Let's see.
Last
Where
I
is it?
heard, the Dropbox thingy was full.
Why?
That thing got full 3 years ago.
Yes, hello there.
I know.
This is interesting.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm looking for the screen to share so that you guys can see the video, but I don't see it on my list of things to choose from.
Oh no.
Did you lose it?
Maybe it won't screen share videos unless they are on the YouTubes. So
That is potentially true.
I'm not entirely sure.
Unless it's not through an app. Do you have it on an app?
I don't on an app. What? I don't know. Oh, Count Morbid, you're being asked a question from Illyria.
My app, do you like buffalo wings or like mozzarella sticks?
Really?
I like buffalo wings.
Yeah.
And mozzarella sticks.
The ancient unseelie saying translates loosely to screw around and find out, except not screw.
Oh, that was
That
putting
actually
it very
was that was
nicely.
actually
That was
to
putting
be
it
fair,
so nicely. Well done, Count Morbid. Well done.
that
So
was
nice.
actually me and Count Morbid's catchphrase all weekend.
Yes, the ancient unseelie saying fornicate around and find out.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that's not what's meant by that particular iteration of the word.
I'm gonna actually get a T-shirt that says "Gunther effed
Mess
around and
around,
found out."
mess around, screw around, whatever makes you happy. But
Yes, but by mess around, they don't mean fornicate. That's what I'm trying to say.
again,
So
there
going
are
on
limits.
sale to-
There are limits. There are limits to the Gaelic translation.
Here, I'm finding it. Here it is right here.
Going on sale soon is a shirt that says "I fornicated around and found out, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt." All proceeds will go to the Kingdom of Storms Relief Fund.
Or to quote Captain Jean-Luc Picard, "You may test that assumption at your convenience." That's how to say that with some class. You may test that assumption at your convenience.
Yes, he also did the famous. Yeah.
What?
Jean-Luc Picard did a facepalm.
The facepalm.
I might note, Moon Boy, that if you're in the hedge on Discord, you don't have to write it down because it's in there.
There's a lot of things in there.
Well, there are a lot of things in there, but that is where Count Morbid first put it.
I'm perfectly happy if somebody finds a better way to translate to get the spirit of that, because the Gaelic translation is not perfect. But
I'm telling you, it's a T-shirt.
There wasn't a Gaelic word for screwing around or messing around either.
It's in the.
It's just a
Flophouse
noise.
channel.
It's like a or something.
What? No, that's not the noise.
Maybe when you do it.
Only when I do it.
And find out.
The fairy princess Lottie and Fairy
Around and
Jane are
find
both
out.
dead.
Yeah. So, and moving on from that, what? No, what was that?
There's an inside joke behind that.
Oh.
You're an inside joke.
I was excited for a
that's
second
cool.
because I thought Stormy was going to join us, but apparently it's just a really cool looking room. So,
It's a bunny.
Hello,
Oh,
Stormy.
there she is.
hello, Stormy.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky to live in Nevada where it's cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to a friend of mine down in Vegas, and they're like, "Hey, it's 106 here. How about you?" I look up at the temperature, and I look back at the magic mirror, and I go, 115. Screw you.
Wow, it's hot.
But it's a dry heat. I don't care.
It's not dry.
Dry heat
compared
doesn't
to
make it
down
better.
there.
No, humidity makes
I
it.
guarantee you, I was sweating and very wet at that time, so nothing was dry.
Whoever said dry doesn't make it better when it comes to the heat is wrong, and you're fired. Like
I
dry
can't.
makes it
So
so
if
much
it was
better.
115 and humid, I wouldn't be able to breathe either.
It
That's
sort
the
of gets
difference.
it sort of gets to a point where that eventually you don't recognize the difference. It's all just hot and more hot. So when it's dry, anyway, I think the worst event I ever did was Ye Merry Greenwood, and it was, I think, 107 degrees. And since it's on the river, the humidity was over 100%.
And you're not
and-
allowed to go into the river, are you?
It was no, you're not.
Not
But
during
it's
fair.
Pay
Sure.
Hollow to go into the river, and
It's
it
winter.
was ridiculous. Like, there was nothing that anyone could wear that just didn't completely stick to them, and it was the worst ever with regards, and that's bearing in mind, where weekends where it just has rained entirely and been a swamp. That was the worst with all that humidity.
Morbid, you're muted. You're on mute.
I think he's trying to gaslight us.
You're a gaslight. It's
Oh,
very hard.
Lord.
It's very hard to come up with a summer goth look.
Just don't go outside.
No. I think Cara Deleon did her summer goth look really well this weekend.
And she didn't
Yes.
die.
The angry
No, she
wood elf.
didn't die.
Look,
Yes.
I got
She got to show off her new black cloak.
I got heat stroke looking at other people. Like the angry what was it, Illyria and the angry elf, like wearing like 10 layers of like dark elf or whatever. I'm like, I have died looking at how warm you look.
She said, "Mom, I'm not going to ride home in this corset." Oh yes, that she,
At least there's not. At
She
least
looks
there's
very
not,
excellent.
though.
See, Dame Kira managed to go ahead and get the summer goth look.
Yes.
Count Morbid.
Yeah, well, she's also young, and I'm closer to death. And also, at least that's not a picture of the egg with her there.
Oh my goodness gracious!
No, it is not. That is
Sitting
true.
across from her and having to glance up and going, "Where did you put that?"
But
I didn't put it there.
There was, yeah.
But might I also
Mhm.
say that she was not the only one who had an amazing, I guess, summer goth outfit, if you will. Our all newly named Court Poisoner has a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde happening, and they managed to, who is Illyria Greenleaf, might I just say. Congratulations, Illyria. So this was her.
Larry had quite a weekend. I'm just saying.
Again,
I'm just going
she's
to guess
somebody I
that
got heat stroke looking at.
this is unsteely mode, and maybe that lends something to the type to what's going to happen.
Is so gorgeous.
Oh, look at this little teapot that she has for her purse, I suppose, or
I'm a little
maybe it's her
teapot, short
poison
and stout.
teapot. I don't know. So that's an amazing outfit. So, and this is the dark side. She also has a light side. I'll just say. So,
It was a very gorgeous green.
Indeed.
yes, very gorgeous green. Wait,
Indeed.
that was black. What are you talking about?
That's what she saw.
We're talking about the light side being a very gorgeous green.
There were 4 lights.
Oh, okay.
There were 4 what?
Everybody
Count
drink.
Morbid.
She's confused.
I'm confused too, apparently. We all
No.
have to eat cookies when I get confused?
Count Morbid is.
Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra when the walls fell.
Who's on first? I mean,
Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise E.
I guess the
Jalad
Count
with his arms open.
No, this is terrible. And you guys should stop now. Oh man.
Yes. Friends came together and did awesome
What?
things and then gave
Hey,
hugs.
check it out. It is our mortal thief who won the queen's eye.
Hello, mortal
Welcome
thief.
to the show. We're
Where's
happy to
that fella?
see you.
Hello, fella.
Indeed.
With all the fabulous jewelry.
He also must have been dying in that jacket out there.
I know he was wearing leather, wasn't he?
Oh, man. Friend, I wear leather too, but not at that time. No.
That's just what we're going to call him. Thief. Welcome, thief.
Is that because you have trouble with his name?
You roguish villain, you.
Trioros.
Spicy habanero?
Well, I
The
don't
queen
hear
just kept
you.
calling him thief, so why can't we?
We can.
The queen kept calling him thief because she can't remember anybody's name.
That's true, because she kept calling Lauer Lowry and finger guns. She kept calling Talon finger guns.
She remembered
Okay,
my
so
name the
that
first
was the
day,
name-
and then the
that
last day
name
she
he
kept calling me
came
the
by.
cook.
The
That's
cook.
the name he came by honestly, okay? The troll was just shooting people with his fingers the whole time.
What's happening right now? Oh,
I don't know, but it looks very bright and circular, like there's 4 sides of light or something.
there's just one light. Well, so shall I play the message from the High King?
Sure.
All right, I'll do that.
It is a little
Good.
scary.
It's not that scary.
I'm petrified. Look at me.
No, you're not.
I don't want to be in a gray dungeon. That's horrid.
Don't
Missing all the
leave.
colors of the world.
That just means
Right.
it's an oubliette. That's all.
All right, are you guys ready? Here we go.
That's
Be quiet. You got to hear it. Turn it up. All the way up.
As loud as it goes, right?
Right.
It is.
because at least we don't have Ion translating this time.
Might need it. I don't understand what you're saying.
It's as loud as it gets.
I don't like you. You don't even have.
Cannot hear it.
No.
The king looks a little constipated.
Well, there must not be any good place.
Definitely can't hear it when you guys talk over it.
It's not.
You can't hear it at all?
Not at all.
That's correct.
That's
It
what
was
we
like-
meant by we can't hear.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see if I did it wrong. Okay,
It was
hold
like-
on.
it
Well,
was
you
like a
didn't say
moment-
you couldn't hear it at all. You just said it was quiet, like it was before.
No, I said I couldn't hear it.
Yes, like everybody said those same exact words previously. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Sorry, I didn't realize you meant like 0, not just low.
Roll.
Try again. How about now?
Almost hear it, but I'm not getting anything.
King imprisoned by a bad guy. Is this thing on?
Oh, go ahead.
I do hope you see this message in time. Someone or something is holding me captive through the use of unfamiliar magic. I do not know where I am, other than somewhere in a labyrinth of gray padded walls through which I've wandered in futility, finding no exits. There must be windows here, for the light of night and day pass, but I cannot see them from inside these walls. I'm using the last of my glamour to encode Una's eye with this message, and a small enchantment that it find its way back to her. My love, there is an enemy among us. This charm, before ere long, may bid you return to whom you belong.
Oh, there it is. I'm
Oh.
sorry the sound is so low.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had to get close to my computer to try and hear it.
I mean, don't you have volume control? You can turn the volume up, right?
Yeah, but then you guys will be screaming when you come back.
Well, then you turn it down. It goes both ways.
I just have to get up and do it because my computer is like way over later.
I don't know. I guess you could just go look at it on your own in a minute. So the High King, that was the message from the High King that was encoded in High Queen Una's eye that was returned to her at court. And so
returned to her.
What?
I said, oh, and it was returned to her by whom?
It was returned to her, but well, it was sort of a joint effort between Talon Freelancer of the finger guns, and Troy the thief. So, as I recall it, that Talon won. He won the Secret Assassin game, and so his prize was a magic box, and the magic box required a human to open it, and the human was Troy the thief.
He didn't try to steal it.
Well, he was sitting at the time right in front of the High Queen. And I believe, though, also that there may have been, like, a little birdie told me in my ear, you know, the Queen basically said, I needed to get better spies. So a little birdie told me in my ear that the two of them had a deal. And I'll show you guys really quick. This is Talon Freelancer of the Finger Guns, because I have a cool picture of him. Let's see.
The finger gunslinger.
The finger gunslinger.
I think there's some extra pilfering of eyes that had occurred.
There was some extra pilfering of eyes. If I recall correctly, they had a deal where not Talon Troy told the High Queen that he would be back the very next day and he would bring her eye. And so then, as it turns out, that may be why he did not try to pilfer it while he was right in front of the High Queen, because they had already had a previous standing deal. I think I may even have photo evidence of this deal taking place. I could be wrong, though. Or if I do, I don't know if I know where it's at. Let me see here.
You know, I used to have a perfectly good jar of spare eyes, and I'm not sure where I put them.
Perfectly good jar of spare eyes. Oh, man.
Well, you never know when you need a few.
Well, as it turned out, he did bring many, many eyes with him, so that he managed to acquire in some way, which, you know, no questions, no answers, right? Just so I don't actually know what happened to those eyes.
I used to pass out extra eyes to small children, like at events, but you never know when they'll come in handy. Or pixie skulls. Pixie skulls were big this year.
How do we know Ragnar didn't eat the extra eyes?
I knew it. I knew I had photo evidence.
Because he wasn't there. He was smart enough to stay in the air conditioning.
I mean, do we know that he didn't eat the extra eyes?
Yeah.
We do?
Yeah.
How do we know that?
Because he was smart enough to stay in the air conditioning.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I like Trey's joke.
He says, the king... Wait. Is this him? This is him, right? Yes. Yeah. The king is obviously the king of all tools. After all, he's... Oh, man.
And no, the youngling does bad dad joke.
Ion... I suddenly feel as though he fits in so perfectly. I see now why you like his joke. I mean, not to say that any of us are also innocent of terrible, horrible puns, because, well, puns are terrible and horrible, but also amazing and wonderful, and we all engage in them. That is true. Let's see. I will. I do have photo evidence. I knew I did. I'm gonna as soon as it gets there, I'm gonna pull it up and I'll share it with you guys. Caught in the act, maybe. I'm just saying. So, allegedly's.
That's right.
Let's see. Do I have, where? Oh, it must be here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking through all my things. So what else were some of the highlights for you guys? Oh, wait, before you answer that, I think Justinian, you have a missive to read to us that is related to the missing High King, do you not?
I do indeed, Your Highness, I do indeed.
Okay, I think I can put you on the screen here with a thing.
Huzzah! Thank you so kindly, Your Majesty.
You are most welcome. Welcome. Let's see.
Wednesday, Midsummer Moon, 30th, 2021. The World Edict from Nakmar Hill. This midsummer, it has come to our attention that what began as a game has turned into a most grave matter. It has been confirmed to us that High King Finvara is missing, kidnapped, and held hostage by enemies unknown. Kept hidden by magic dust. His whereabouts are as of yet undetermined. It would also appear that his previous captain of the King's Guard, the shapeshifter formerly known as Bumble, is also unaccounted for. Therefore, we call upon those within the enchanted realm to take up quests and assist in finding and rescuing the High King. If you take up this most noble quest, please contact the good Jarl Hammerhands, protector of the realms, and I have an email for him as well, and Bjorn Greyheart, sworn sword of the Kingsguard. I also have an email for this one as well, fantastically. Great honor and reward will be bestowed upon those who brave this perilous calling. May your travels be fair, and your burdens be light. Una, High Queen of Nakmar Hill, Unsile Queen of Elfame.
So remember when I said there was a thing for you, Gunther?
Yeah.
That was the thing.
You know, Bjorn is my guy. Yeah. He's the captain of my guard too. He's a dude. Just saying. Serious business. But yeah, get a hold of me. We'll do the thing. We'll find the guys. Missing persons report's a good way to start. I'm just saying. I'm convinced there's a black hole that's going around eating fairies right now, just so you guys know.
We were just watching the missing FAE report a moment ago, albeit quietly.
And you know what looks like? It looks like that black hole that's eating fairies also ate Flora.
So I want to say that I will follow up by making sure that the Queen's missive is posted where everybody can find it. So I'll make sure that the internet imp puts it into the hedge. We'll put it in the Tipsy Pixie in the hedge, and we'll also put it here on the YouTubes and also on the Patreons, so that the quest may be read and claimed by those who are interested in participating in that.
Thank you so much, Justine, for sharing that with all of us.
Thank you. So I know that we don't have a vendor this week because it's been all leading up. And I tried last week to arrange a vendor, but I didn't hear back from them. And so I want whatever Count Morbid is drinking. But we do have a vendor that is lined up for next week, back to regular. But I didn't want to let everybody go without having our nightly drawing. So I have assembled a little gift box to give to the winner of tonight's drawing, because I felt like it was still a thing that maybe we should do, since we missed last week as well due to all the fairy block preparations. You know, festival preparations.
Well, this
those words right there.
I hope everyone enjoyed Fairyblossom. Fairy brought.
I'm not. You know, I don't know if I like where this is going.
FairyCon 2021.
I was just wondering if this box contains any royal body parts.
Sunblossom. Yeah,
Well,
the box just has the king's ear. Yeah.
Well, no, not exactly. I'll show you guys what the box has in it, and just in case you're new to the channel and haven't seen yet, what every week we have almost every week we have a vendor that we interview, and we do a giveaway of some prize. And so this is this week's prize for our giveaway, and we do this for our Patreon patrons, members of the YouTube channel who have joined the channel with the join button. And yes, and that is that there. So where are we? Here I am. I'm going to embiggen myself really quick so that you guys can see what I'm about to show you. Where am I? Here I am. Yay. Okay. So I put together this is what it's going to entail. So there is, oh, there we go. Woo. Trying to get it close, but it's like it's not all like glued in place. But this is a dream catcher from the authentic dream catcher from the Enchanted Forest. And I was gifted an amazing gift box on my way back from Fairyblossom, and I was advised that if there were pieces of that I wished to pass along, that I am welcome to do so. And there was so much stuff in there, so I am passing along. There's this beautiful little floral tea light that has crystals in it, hand poured, it looks like. And there is a selenite massage stone. There is a piece of like espresso marzipan candy that came from Germany. There is some lilac essential oil perfume, a resin mermaid tail, and a resin raven skull here. And the purpley thing that you see here, this is actually a glittery, shiny little notebook. So all of these things will be in one gift pack for the winner of the drawing that I'm about to do right now. And I guess that since I'm doing this drawing right here, right now, instead of as we normally do it, I take all of the names from the comments of the previous week and add them to our Wheel of Win, which I will share with you guys right now. But put your name in the comment section if you want to be entered, and I will enter you onto this night's drawing right here, right now, since we didn't have a comment section to draw from. So here is our Wheel of Win. Oh, this is not right. I am going to have to edit it. There we go. Okay, so that I can put you new people up at the top. So if you want to be entered onto the wheel, put your name into the content. Yes, okay, I see you, Illyria. What? No, Fairy Burlesque Blossom. No, I get it. Oh man, you guys are making up sound alike names. I don't know if I like this. All right, Flora, Katie, Gunther. Okay, hold on. Flora, Katie, Gunther, Illyria. Illyria. Is there anybody else? Let's see. Rose. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else?
We should have
Erwina.
Ion start the timer so then people have a
Okay. So we have Ren and Erwina. Oops, I can spell your name. There we go. And who else? Is there anybody else that wants to be entered to win into? We've got Angry Wood Elf. What? Angry Wood Elf? You can't enter someone else's name, but I'll change your name to Angry Wood Elf if you want me to.
No, I like my name the way it is.
You let okay. So let's see. We've got a Josh. We've got a Stormy. You can't enter Poppy's name for her, but Poppy is already on the list if it makes you feel better because Poppy is one of our patrons. So let's see. Anybody else? I've got a Rixie.
I feel like
okay?
if he's entering Poppy's name on the list, it's because he thinks it's a hit list.
I think it's the other way around. I think Poppy is more likely to kill Count Morbid, but I could be wrong. Let's see. I'm just saying. Poppy is clever.
Is Illyria on there twice? Yes, she is.
Yes,
probably.
she is.
She's also Illyria, and she wins everything.
Yes, Illyria is on there twice, and that is because Illyria is one of our regular patrons. So if you are one of our regular patrons and or a member on the YouTube channel via the join subscription, you get extra entries for that for a maximum of 3 entries, possible entries per person. So let's see. Oh, wait, what?
What?
I ran the timer and it's over.
Nope. Just because you have the timer does not mean you get to say when it's over.
Also, I'm just glad to say that it didn't turn into one solid piece of glass. Being it was so hot.
Sheriff, I assume that you're saying hello so that your name goes onto the list. All right.
I think so.
Famous Dana, you cannot enter. You cannot enter Kira's name.
Put in his name.
What?
Gunther put in his name.
Yes, but you put in Kira, not your name. You can put your name in.
And then you can change it to Kira?
And then you can do whatever you want with the prize if you win it.
Which means give it to Kira.
I'm just saying, if they have to be here with us on the show, it's only fair that way.
I want sushi.
Oh,
I'm not here.
just working instead.
If I spew water
want
one
me
more
to
time
do
out
that?
of my nose, I'm going to be upset with all of you.
You do not want me to put your name on the list.
I don't need my name on the list.
Okay. All right. Here we go then. Whee! And we shall spin the wheel. Christiane Knight, congratulations. You are the winner of the drawing this evening. Holy smokes, that was right on the line.
That was.
Yes.
Why don't you put our logo right there where it says your logo there?
Because it costs human monies to do that.
I don't believe you.
All right. Well, you can go ahead and try it yourself then.
I will.
I do not feel that I need to go out of my way to prove the truth of that to you. You can prove it to yourself. Have fun.
I reiterate, I want sushi.
Man, so do I. Sushi sounds delicious. Yes, it does. So, on to then, shall we, our crazy news for the evening?
Oh, no.
It's that time where we read the weird news.
Articles, and
Don't. There's nothing for that one. Do you want a song for every segment there, Ion? Like you can't use the same song for every segment, Ion.
I
could.
I see you trying to put that limerick to it. Yes. It just doesn't work out.
I'm looking now at the wait, what?
well,
They're sending us money for sushis.
All right, sushi date next weekend.
That's right. Fairy Princess Lolly.
Whoa, this is cool.
Fairy Princess Lolly.
What?
We just got a money for sushi.
Yes, we were sent some considerable fundage for sushis. Sushi.
Sushis?
Is sushi the plural for sushi?
Sushi. It's sushi.
It's fish. It's lots of fish. They paid us in fish.
I mean, yeah.
So long all the.
I'm a big fan of gummy bears myself. I'm not allowed to eat them anymore because apparently they try to kill me.
This one is on here twice.
I'm curious about that story.
Which story?
That gummy bear trying to kill him. See, they were bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I mean, you go to eat it and it gets stuck in your throat, and then you start trying to get it out, and next thing you know, you're gagging yourself, and you're just on the floor, and everybody thinks you've been drinking.
Okay, right
Just
there.
because
See
the
that?
bottle is next to me does not mean I was drinking. Okay.
Gunther?
What?
We have been donated $22.22 for human monies for sushi, and right
I tried
now
to point that out to you when it happened.
Darth Gorbag gets to choose what song you're gonna sing for us.
I want to sing it. I want to sing it.
Yeah, Justinian wants to sing it.
It's up to you, Darth Gorbag. That's what. Go choose the song.
Trust
It
me,
must
do not
be
want me to
appropriate.
sing.
It must be appropriate. It can't be too vulgar. That is a thing.
Okay, if it's vulgar, I will definitely sing it.
Family show.
They're thinking.
I'm trying to think of the most vulgar song I can think of.
Klingon
Oh
opera.
man.
Children, hello, they watch the
The
show.
only one I can think of is "Light My Body Up" by Nicki Minaj.
Like it's just like there's an Eminem tune out there somewhere.
I think it has something to do with a lap dance.
Wet ass troll.
I mean, I sing about lap dances all the time. What's going on there?
What?
What?
Yeah, that's right. Wet ass troll.
What?
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 I don't even know right now. Okay, so there was one that looked really cool. It was this one, and okay. So we're gonna have.
The song is "What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor?"
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? The part's hard to sing.
Hey, hey, and up she rises.
Hey, up she rises.
Hey, and up she rises
early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. That's all I got.
Oh, let's continue.
That's all I got. I'm lucky. I remember, you just.
No, there's one that it's lock him
lines
in
at
the
that
cat,
point.
lock him in the cabin with the captain's daughter. Lock him in the cabin with the captain's daughter. There's that one.
Stick him in a scrubber with a hose pipe bottom. Stick him in a scrubber with a hose pipe bottom. I remember that part. Yes, that's all I remember there. I remember I couldn't say that one very well, just like then.
I don't know. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, wow, they still have half of their time running out here. And
what do you want me to do? Just make some words up?
What? No, I think you've got to keep singing.
Stick it in the ear of the annoying princess. Stick it in the ear of the annoying princess. Stick it in the ear of the annoying princess. Right freaking now.
Nope.
That's true. Look at her as she shakes her head. Look at her as she shakes her head. Look at her as she shakes her head in utter disapproval.
Abuse of power with the muting button. Abuse of power with the muting button. Abuse of power with the muting button.
Only with the muting button? Come on now. Come on now, be honest.
Oh, here you go. Go, sing it, Gunther.
Throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor. Throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor. Throw him overboard and drag him on the anchor.
Early in the
like a little
morning.
girl. Oh, jeez.
Okay, I have our two articles to choose from. So here we go. Article number.
Hold on, you only have two at this point. You should have had like 6.
Are you done? Can I speak now? Do I have your royal permission, sir? Okay, no, it's going to be kind of a real estate battle tonight. Dracula's castle in Romania offers tourists a vaccine versus a haunted village in Scotland is on sale for $173,000, and it comes with a private beach and 17th century ruins.
I want it.
I want to move to Scotland.
How come we're not going there?
That is number 2. Ion, please start the timer, if you will. Now, if you're just joining our show for the first time tonight, if you want to hear article number 1, you put 1 in the comments right now while the timer's going. If you want to hear article number 2, you put 2 in the comments right now while the article is going. So if you want to hear about Romania offering tourists a vaccine, press number 1. Yes, come have the land of vampires is like, come take our vaccine, you know.
I'm still upset. I'm still upset at Lord Dracul for not getting my letter when Fairy Princess Lolly was in Romania. I asked him very nicely to keep an eye out for her and to keep her safe, but she came back anyway.
It's like you don't know what it means to be undead, even. I mean, how is that possible? You're Slua. I mean, if he kept me safe, as you say.
Slua are known as the host of the Unforgiven Dead.
I'm basically guaranteed to come back. Guaranteed.
Yeah, then you're just stuck with her forever.
Oh, man, you did not just say that. Forever.
I swear to God, if I see that freaking commercial one more time.
Time's up.
I think we gotta have a sweeping vote.
I
we-
do not say blah, blah, blah.
Is it Rocky Horror or is it Zydrate? Little goes into the gun like a battery. Gun goes against a piece of your anatomy.
Little glass file, little glass file, little glass file. The little glass file goes in the gun like a battery. So
Okay. So I think we pretty much have like
Hydrate.
the sweeping vote is for article number 2. So let me pull this up.
Count Morbid has the best videos.
What are we watching? I don't know what it is.
Ooh, let's see. Where are we? I know it's what? Here it is. Yes. What? I don't even know. A haunted village, haunted in Scotland. I like how they put haunted in parentheses. I mean, it's in Scotland. What do you think the chances are that it's not haunted? Like, in Scotland is on sale for 173,000. What?
It's better around haunted than in around Scotland.
What?
Quote unquote Scotland.
Oh. I get it now.
It would be hilarious if they just did a tour for visit the least haunted places in Scotland.
Oh, I thought it was this again, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, but I thought it was You May Feel a Little Sink.
Yeah, no, that was Pink Floyd. I didn't even see that. Why did I not see that?
I don't know why you didn't see that.
Why?
I don't like it. Yeah, it's Comfortably Numb.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Back to the article. Wow.
I thought we were talking about Zydrate.
Nice looking river or whatever that is. Comes with beach, private beach, and 17th century ruins. Let's see. Oh, I guess we start out with bullet points. The old village of Lowers. How do you say that?
It's
Lowers in Perthshire. Lowers in Perthshire, Scotland, is on sale. The village is said to be haunted by the Lady of Lowers, who is known for her eerie prophecies. It comes with a private beach, fishing rights on the loch, and native woodland. The ancient ruins of a village in Scotland, which is said to be haunted, is on sale for just $173,000. The old village of Lowers is located on the shores of Loch Tay in Perthshire. It covers 3.31 acres and comes with a private beach, native woodland, fishing rights on the loch, and according to the Goldcrest Land and Property Group. The old village consists of 17th century ruins, including the House of Lowers, a site which stands on the former home of the Lady of Lowers, who is said to haunt the village to this day. The lady was remembered for her prophecies, which apparently became true. Isn't that what a prophecy is supposed to do, is become true? Otherwise, it's not.
Yeah, supposed to.
Seldom do they, though.
But if it doesn't become, if it's a prophecy that doesn't become true, then it's not really a prophecy.
It just means it hasn't come true yet.
Oh, is that it? Let's see. And the things that she said became true up to this day. John Lambert, partner at Goldcrest, told the Insider. I guess that's his website. Well, those look like ruins to me. Let's see. Lowers correctly predicted that the village's church would be damaged in a thunderstorm. She also predicted a ship driven by smoke long before the construction of steamships, according to Goldcrest.
Wait. She predicted a thunderstorm in Scotland.
Yes, very accurately. I mean, I know that it rains a lot there. That's
I'm
true.
going to predict that it's going to rain in the Northwest.
You know what you couldn't have predicted? That it was going to be 114.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Man, you should see some of these other pictures, though. They're like amazing. What? but I could suffer to live there. Let's see.
We all pitch in and just make that our new fairy place.
Yes, we can. It's a very special place, and while all properties are unique in their own way, this is perhaps more unique than other. I have a sneeze, and it's trying to make its way out my nostrils. Boy, I'm so sorry.
Better if it comes out your nostrils than other places.
Then it's not a sneeze. Is that Perthshire is one of the most desirable, if not the most desirable, county of Scotland. Loch Tay is a stunning part of the world. If you're lucky enough to capture a bit of good weather, it is truly world class. According to Goldcrest, just 17 people were reported as living by the loch in the old village in an 1841 census. By 1891, there were just 7 people, and it was abandoned completely by 1926. I think the whole COVID scene, with the whole COVID scene, some of these places become more and more precious, in my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Launched the property on Friday and have been inundated with inquiries and questions.
But at least they made it clear it includes fishing rights.
I want to see more. Bless you.
Yeah, and there's apparently already a hot chick living there, so you can't go wrong.
Right?
She might be a little on the not, tangible side, but who cares? She makes good prophecies. It's all good.
Don't be bodyist.
No, I was not being anybodyist. I was totally in support.
Support of the ghosts and the apparitions. They need love too.
Thank you, Darth Gorbag. Am I saying it right? Is it Gorbag?
Phantasms matter too.
I predict people with funny accents. Fun accents. Whew. Okay. Let's see. So, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I look for the next article selection.
There are 4 lights.
No.
There are 4 lights.
Only 4?
Only 4. That's it. Stop it.
I feel like we're in need of more lights. Perhaps the lighting is not good enough.
This is kind of hilarious. We're not doing this one.
Of course not.
No.
So apparently somewhere in Maine, there was a driver that was clocked at 110 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, told the police his passenger had to go pee, and they couldn't find a restroom.
Okay, so we're going to have like a battle of the death here, because apparently Flora is all, like her articles that she has submitted are all about death. And Count Morbid, I question the subject of some of your submitted articles. I don't know about these.
I feel like that those are important topics.
What?
Count Morbid did submit some important topics.
Very important.
I don't
all right,
even
article
remember what I submitted.
Article number 1. Film lover creates his own Ghostbusters car, and now he uses it as a hearse. Article number 2. You don't need permission to bury your loved ones in your back garden. Nothing morbid there. I suddenly am the suspect of anything that Flora grows in a garden at this point.
I have 2 death trees.
What? What's a death tree?
Well, when an animal passes away, it goes under the apple tree or the pear tree.
Oh, yes, I have a story like this. So, please start the timer. And if you want to hear about the Ghostbusters hearse, press number 1. And if you want to hear about burying your loved ones in your backyard, press number 2. That's my vinegar story that I have. I've told you guys that story before, haven't I? We only get to vote in the event of a tie, So
the the first article is clearly about a full service afterlife services, right?
Like right away, you get to start off. Maybe it's actually their way of heading off hauntings at the pass. That could be.
Could be.
Let's see. Where are we at on this timer? So the vinegar story. There I was one time doing fairy hair at a place called the Georgetown Street Fair, and a human came by and wanted some fairy hair. So, but they didn't have any money, and I said that was fine. I always do the first one for free anyway, because it's like all good candy. And so she sits down in a chair, and I start putting fairy hair. You know, she picks her sparkle. I start putting her fairy hair into her hair, and she's telling me that she's just having a great time, and she loves the vibe, and you know, she has a gift to give to me, and when I'm done, and she tells me that the year before, their family dog had died, and as a result, they, you know, they buried their family dog in their backyard under this rose bush, and then the rose bush bloomed like rose bushes do, and when it did, they collected the rose petals from the rose bush. And then she says, you know, do you like vinegar? And I say, well, of course I like vinegar. And she says, well, we took these rose petals and we pressed them and put them into this vinegar, so it's dog rose bush infused vinegar. And of course she hands it to me in an upcycled Listerine bottle.
Oh.
And and I of course must accept the gift, but I have never been quite so brave as to open the gift, and so it sits on my shelf of curiosities. Because I don't know, I don't think I could bring myself to eat it. So, but you know, it was a fair exchange, right? I gave her some fairy hair, and she gave me dead dog rosebush vinegar.
I mean, you're probably one of the only people that has that. So
Why don't you use like a classic our dog name instead of dead dog, like a Rover Rose vinegar?
Rose vinegar.
No, Rover Rose vinegar. I didn't. What?
Our Rex Hex. I don't know.
Nope. Nope. Pretty sure that they may have. I'm not sure. I wouldn't put it past them. Thank you, my dear court poisoner, for your advice. I have been taking that exact advice in the past and shall continue to heed it. It's not drinking that. So it looks like for these articles, though, we have 3 votes for 2, 4 votes for 2, 5 votes for 2, and 2 votes for 1. So number 2 Number 2 is burying people in the back garden. Whoops, this is not the right article. And, here we go. Although I do kind of also want to see what this Ghostbusters hearse looks like, so maybe we'll just look at that one quickly for.
By the way,
picture.
I sent some photos to the messenger chat of a version of Ecto One that I saw here in Vancouver.
Ecto, like ectoplasm.
That's the name of the
No, that's the name
Ecto-1
of the car.
is in the car.
Ecto-1 is the license plate on the name of the car. It's the name
Yeah,
of the
it's
Ghostbusters
the name of the car.
And I saw another version of the Ecto-1 as well. And the pictures are in the chat. They did not use a hearse for their Ecto-1.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? You don't
Yeah.
need planning permission to bury a loved one in your back garden. There are many strict rules that people must
Never have
follow,
before.
including informing the police and local council if they wish for a loved one to be buried. But it's easier in England and Wales than Scotland.
That's why we need to move to Scotland.
Here we go. It may be unusual, but being buried at the family home is not as impossible as you may think. In fact, it's fairly straightforward in England and Wales, but not Scotland, to arrange a burial on private land, reports Birmingham Live. According to the Natural Death Center, the single fact regarding private land burial, which most surprises people at the outset, is that for a limited number of interments, planning permission is not required. Adding, the reason is simple. The presence of a very small number of burials would not constitute a material change of use. Hence, no such consent would be required. So, constitute a material change of use. What they're saying is, as long as you keep your numbers low, we won't start considering you a graveyard and want to tax you. That's like change your tax bracket. I'm pretty sure that's what that means.
Do the rules change if
Free-range
they're not your family
artisanal
members?
burial.
Wait, do the rules change if you're burying non-family members?
Right, like just random people.
I mean, the registered charity points out that following the rules must... That sentence doesn't make sense. The registered charity points out that, the following rules must be followed. Here we go. Okay, if you want to do an at-home funeral, which is what location star Christy Alsop did in 2014. She buried her mom, a Lady Hindlip, is that Hindlip, in a wicker coffin in the garden of her Dorset home, but has recently admitted it wasn't easy following her mother's last wishes. Uh-oh. I kind of am curious as to what those are now. The basic law is this. It is possible and not illegal to bury a loved one in your backyard, but you must get the consent of the owner of the freehold of the land. The freeholder should check that there are no restrictive covenants attached to the title deeds or registration of the property that prohibit burial, and you must follow the minimum groundwater protection requirements. Well, I mean, and there they are, just in case anybody's curious how to bury people on family property in England and Wales, right here. Let's see, and that's the end of that article, but I am
What about the front yard?
Do you want the rules for that too?
Well, this is the front yard. It simply can't be done, sir.
But what about stateside? Is there rules that we can follow for stateside to bury our family? I mean, our friends? I mean, people we might randomly know?
Here in the New World?
There was an episode of Ghost Hunters I saw at one point where someone buried their loved ones under a tree, and they had to call the police out to take a look.
So, Kirsty Alsop says burying her mother in the back garden was complete carnage.
What?
Let's see. Okay, so 48-year-old lost her parent to breast cancer when Fiona was just 66 years of age. Opening up about her late mother's wishes to be buried in her beloved garden, Kirsty warned others about the difficulties of sick family members making funeral arrangements for themselves. Let's see. She insisted that she would not recommend unconventional funerals and burials. Kirsty insisted that she feels there is a very valid reason why loved ones hand over the bodies of the deceased to specialists in that field. Let's see. After her sad death, Fiona was placed in a wicker coffin and lifted on to the back of a tractor. This is all that's on. From there, she was driven up the garden where she was buried next to Benji, the family pony. Fiona had organized a hole to be dug in the huge garden, but an excessive amount of rainfall meant that the grave was completely filled with water. This is no good. Instead of sending her mother's body to a mortuary to get prepared for her final goodbye, Kirsty and siblings did all the work as per their mom's dying wishes.
Now, if only some ghosts could have predicted the rain.
The family struggled. Well, they weren't doing this in Scotland, where Count Morbid has predicted that it will rain. So the family struggled as a whole to follow their mother's funeral plan, especially when it came to dressing her body in her desired outfit. They were forced to choose a different ensemble for Lady Hindlip to be laid to rest, and after they failed to clothe her in the outfit, after they failed to, whatever, put her in the clothes she wanted. Opening up about the heartbreaking mishap, the presenter recalled, it is a little bit of a tyranny, feeling that someone has left these very strong instructions that you must adhere to. Well, as well as not being able to fulfill her mother's outfit wishes. Okay, I thought this was going to be more tedious than clothing. Kirsty recalled that guests at the funeral were requested to wear their smartest clothes while saying their final goodbye to Lady Hindlip. Ooh. However, that's what I'm going to request. I want everybody to wear their smartest courtly attire.
But what if mine doesn't have a huge IQ? I mean, that's not going to do me any good.
We'll just pair it with
your
a lab coat.
smartest, not the smartest. So if your clothing all has a low IQ, you just need to take the one that has the highest of the lows. So, however, due to heavy rainfall, mourners were forced to wear Wellington boots
Oh no!
under their glad rags due to the endless mud and dirt. Looking back at the ordeal over 6 years, Kirsty is now finally able to laugh at the complete carnage that it turned out to be.
Oh no!
She explained, I can describe it in a completely humorous way, but it was just fantastically dark and British.
That's terrible.
I'm so confused.
Is she complaining that the funeral for her mother was dark?
And British?
Or perhaps somber?
I'm just, wow. I don't know how she possibly managed. She must have needed therapy for at least a year or two after that.
I mean, I need therapy right now listening to this article.
She probably just needed flood insurance in case the water level got worse and her mom came back out.
That's what I thought would happen. Like, they have her in a wicker coffin. The water will go right through it, and they're going to basically put her into a hole that's filled with dirt and mud. And I just imagine this body.
I recommend
bury her with her own set of wellies.
Let's move on to the next articles.
Why? This is a hilarious topic.
It's unfortunate. That's what it is.
A little bit.
It's not carnage. That is the wrong word.
Carnage is definitely the wrong word.
It's
Let's see.
Oh boy.
Let's see. I don't know about this turtle writing one. Let's see. So maybe not that. I don't know. I'm looking, you guys. What are you guys doing?
Wait, Stormy, are you holding a stuffed Titan? Is that what's going on?
What? Are you sharing Titan with us? Wait, a plushie Titan.
They were both made for me.
They were made for you? What?
Yeah. This is his girlfriend, and she even has her awkward loppy ear.
Does Titan actually have a girlfriend?
Yeah. They're soulmates. They bonded in 3 days. I was expecting 3 months, but 3 days of bunny hunting, and they were bonded for life. She's just a regular rabbit, though. She's scared of everything, so that's why she doesn't come anywhere.
I think this one is a little too gruesome. Let's see here. What in the heck? Okay, so we're gonna do this one, and I think we're gonna have an animal battle here for our next one. And again, these kind of have like, what is it with all the death, you guys? Here we are in the light half of the year, the peak of the light half of the year, and you guys are like death articles.
My article was about swimming in soup.
It was?
That suits you.
I don't see an article from you in here.
There's one in there. There's more than one in there.
Well,
I mean, I only sent one in like earlier today, I think, or yesterday.
It might not be in there yet then. Okay, here we go. So, adorable Basil the Beagle is the UK's first pallbearer and funeral therapy dog. That is going to be article number 1. And article number 2, because I said we were having an animal battle here. So this is cats versus dogs is what this is really. And so article number 2 is passenger plane forced to make an emergency landing in Sudan after stowaway cat attacked the pilot. So number 1 is Basil the Beagle pallbearer, the funeral therapy dog. And number 2 is the stowaway cat attacking the pilot. So number 1 for Basil the Beagle and number 2 for stowaway cat, you guys. Ion, start that timer. Yes. So, yes, I see them. The votes are coming in. I don't know. I'm just saying. I actually don't know which one of those I want to hear more, Basil the Beagle or the stowaway cat. I kind of want the stowaway cat one to have pictures, but I don't know if that's okay.
Video would be nice.
Well, clearly that pilot was not paying enough attention to that cat.
How did the cat get into the cockpit to begin with? I mean, only a very few isn't only like 3 people or something on the airplane are even able to access the cockpit.
That's U.S. aircraft.
Oh. Well, Ion knows all about the human science-y things, especially where it's related to things that happen in the sky. So,
you got to be careful with those rainbow journeys.
Because 1, he's a rainbow expert, right? So that's how he travels from one place to another, just by rainbow. Whoop! Right. He hops the rainbow. But 2, because he is essentially the Mr. Weasley of our group. He's Muggle fascinated. What's another word for fascinated? He's Muggle mesmerized.
Is he Muggle touched by chance?
I don't.
Sometimes too much.
You know, that seems like a question that is not my beeswax. So I think I see 2 votes for number 1, and the rest of the votes are number 2. You guys are on a 2 streak tonight. Let's see. Here we go. So number 2 was the passenger plane forced to land, and let me pull it up here. Here we go. Man, look how flat it is in that picture.
The Texas.
I mean, that's extra flat. So officials report that no one was seriously injured in the incident and that the domestic cat was probably a stray that wandered, it doesn't sound very domestic, onto the plane the night before. Here we go. This is our FAE flight, not after. A flight leaving Sudan's capital of Khartoum was rapidly forced to land last week when a stowaway cat attacked the pilot. According to Fox News, the Tarko aviation flight was scheduled to take a little less than 4 hours and arrive safely in Qatar's capital of Doha. It was at cruising altitude about 30 minutes to an hour after departure, however, that the surprised feline passenger appeared in the cockpit and clawed at the terrified pilot. I just wish I could see what happened. Right?
The
Unfortunately,
cat's like, I ordered the fish.
like, did the cat just like drop off the ceiling like where I mean, shoot out from underneath, the dash or something. Unfortunately for the passengers on board, the pilot was forced to make an emergency landing back at Khartoum International Airport after the crew's attempts to wrangle the cat failed. So they're trying to get this cat. It gets loose in the main cabin. It's just like, wow, all over the place. Like, while it remains unclear just how badly the pilot was injured during this apparent cat fight, har har har, there is an explanation for how the animal surreptitiously boarded the plane in the first place. Whoa, I wonder if that's actually the cat, looking kind of unhappy. Let's see. The
I don't
cat
even
appeared
think
to have
that's a
boarded.
cat.
Well, what do you think that it is?
If it's a duck, clearly.
It's
a
a duck.
duck. Clearly. How did I not recognize it right away?
You make that face when you get upset.
It has an orange bill.
So clearly the problem was its ears popped and it didn't know what to do about that.
Because no passengers claimed the animal, authorities are currently confident that the cat infiltrated the plane as it was stationed in Khartoum International Airport hangar the night before takeoff. Presumably, it simply languished there. Oh, it languished away until it suddenly found itself at cruising altitude with a few hundred unsuspecting passengers in its midst. By the time the crew noticed the animal, it had already caused too much trouble and proved too large a distraction for the flight to continue as planned. According to Indie TV, the cat resourcefully evaded all those who tried capturing it. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that a cat has caused problems for airport employees and cockpit crews. It was only in 2019 that security workers at the Isle of Man airport discovered a cat packed into a couple's luggage. Whether intentionally hidden or not, the cat's owner certainly seemed surprised. I would certainly hope they did not purposefully pack a cat in luggage.
But I could see a cat sneaking into somebody's luggage.
Well, yes. Ours try to sleep in our luggages all the time.
Yeah,
That's
box.
If you leave it open, they're in it. Yes. Oh, this is a travel box. That's what this one is. Let's see. We were totally shocked, the cat's owner said at the time. She must have been snuck into the bag before we left the airport, or she must have snuck into the bag before we left the airport. But we didn't hear or feel her at all on the journey there. Here's my question. How did the cat make it through high-tech X-ray security?
Right?
And nobody noticed that there was an animal inside.
It's a lead cat.
They went looking.
It's a lead cat.
I don't think it had to go through the airport.
What?
Like it didn't go through the airport.
I said
down the jetway.
No, the cat that was in the luggage. How did the cat in the luggage make it through X-ray security?
Well, if it was a carry-on before certain conditions were met, then the cat would have been carried on, and they would
always have to put your carry-ons through the little belt thing, and it goes into the thing. Like there is no just carry. You have to put everything, including your shoes, like into maybe even a contract for your firstborn child, just in case, has to go through that. And I just don't understand when these are the same people that are like, you have a 1.2 ounces of liquid in this container, and we have a 1 ounce limit. You can't bring that on the Silver Dragon. Not acceptable. But cat in a suitcase looks legit, I don't even understand, right? I just don't get it. What is that? A bowling ball candle? Looks okay. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's see.
Well, if you hide it next to some TNT, then it'll be fine.
What if your T in T is in T? Then you have TNT in T. What if AT&T owns it? Then you have AT&T in TNT.
It is 9:34.
I don't think TNT was required for AT&T telecommunications.
You don't think a TNT and T is required for AT&T? Uh-oh. I feel like this is only gonna go downhill if I keep going. Let's see. I don't know. I guess there's a bunch of flights that I guess there's a bunch of flights that, cats got onto. It's only weird because there's so much security for it, right? So
Well, maybe the problem is that the cat fell asleep and then missed its connecting flight. Got upset.
Yeah, that had
know.
to be it right there.
I don't know why you're that shocked by this story. The first flight ever happened at Kitty Hawk.
You have a point.
I just got that joke.
He's so right. Camp Morbin is always, he's right. I like that.
Oh no.
Anyway, bless your
I
heart.
kind of feel like he's accurate with that too. Yeah.
By the way,
there's a song. It's Wilbur and Orville were two brothers named Wright. The nicest pair of kids you'd ever seen. They spent 12 years on a secret project. They thought it was a washing machine. I asked them, I said, "What are all those wings for, boys?" They said, "For hanging clothes out to dry." I said, "You fools, take that washing machine out to Kitty Hawk and see if the darn thing will fly." And that was good advice. Good advice. Good advice costs nothing and it's worth the price. But anyway, that's it totally made me think about that. I like that song.
My. Won't you just look at the time?
Hey, look! It's
and on that,
out
of tune note,
two wrongs don't make a right, but two rights make an airplane.
Oh, but those kings.
That was a funny one. I kind of like that
almost
joke.
Flew right past me. I tell you, it was a close call. Caught the antlers.
My God! Here we go again.
Interesting.
Show last time.
It's a frog.
Interesting bit of trivia. Orville Wright got to fly airplanes without a license for 40 years.
Okay, here we go. What if Slim Shady joined James Bond's boss in a pool full of hard shell chocolate candies? They'd be M&M and M in M&M's. That's
I personally like Q better.
Morbid.
M and Q's? You like your Q and Q
I've got
candies?
nothing left.
Well, it invents
Boy, would you
something good.
just look at the time.
That's what I'm saying. Count Morbid, what time is it?
Right. I'm so glad you asked, Gunther. It is too damn late is how late it is. It's 9:34 and 23 seconds. According to Brennan's meet.
All right, you guys. I guess that is going to bring us to the end of tonight's show. Please, if you will, remember to hit the like and subscribe. It is the last day of this month. If you want to get a copy of the June Fairy Press newsletter, which will be going out now, like the month, we're at the end of the month, so it will be going out. Join our Patreon at the $2 level, and you too will get a physical copy of that snail mailed to you monthly. Otherwise, you could just like and support our channel in a number of various ways. Excuse you, Count Marvin.
Remember, if you see
Patreon,
the
hit
king,
the join button, and what are we remembering, Gunther?
If you see the king, another interesting
No, you
individual will know.
If you see the
If you
king,
saw the king, keep your damn mouth shut.
throwing that on. No, what? No. Okay, you're not joining the quest to find the king, clearly.
Join the quest with me.
So,
You
yes.
saw nothing. Nothing.
I feel like we need to take Count Morbid for questioning.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we should have the trial of Count Morbid.
No.
I mean,
He's like, no.
Wait. I have
you're
questions.
practically raising your hand like I done it. If
I
you
have
quit interrupting me, I would have been done by now. Yes, what is your question, Justin?
I have an alibi.
Count Morbid, have you seen the king?
Like 10 minutes ago on a video from the eyeball.
No.
See, it's solved. No problem. We don't need no court hearing. Yeah, he's good. He's cleared. He's good.
What?
At least you look pretty as a
unseelie.
defendant.
You believe that? Hold on.
Actually, wait.
You're
Sorry,
unseelie
which king?
too.
Which
I
king
don't.
specifically?
I feel like we have a conflict of interest with the unseelie vouching for other unseelie.
I'm pretty sure I only trust Frank in that scenario.
Oh, darn, we're boned.
As Frank as his witness?
Hey, you know what we need? We need a word counter in the corner of our screen to tell us how many words Flora has said each episode. How many was that?
3, maybe.
Well, now it's 5. But
Well, you know, she did ask us how we were all doing
Yeah.
when she first got here.
6.
I also want to comment on the fact that we're all wearing green. The majority of us are wearing green tonight for no reason.
That's
I'm
true,
not.
yeah.
I'm in black and white and gray.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm in black.
I was gonna say, wasn't the count wearing green too?
But it's like this section is all green.
So, by the way, true
Yay.
story. I didn't remember anything about wearing green tonight. I just happened to grab this waistcoat because my other one's drying.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't planned, was it? We just all wore green.
No, it wasn't planned on my part. That's for sure. So
I always wear green.
It's a theme.
it's a theme.
Go away.
Green theme.
He's trying to
go
tell-
away.
Go away. Yes. Okay. I will be back with you guys here on Friday for an episode of Author Reads. We do have an author lined up for that. So I will see you guys then. And I think until next week, that means have a happy 4th of July. Keep your animals safe and inside.
And a happy July.
And don't blow up
And-
the forest or the neighbors.
And next show we all wear purple.
What? I don't know if you purple.
Or
I
If
don't know.
everybody wears purple, Flora will say 10 words.
Oh.
Laura will say 10 words if everybody wears purple. All right, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Hello, friends. This is Gunther Hammerhands. Thank you for checking out Fairy Princess Lolly's channel. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Use your troll hammer to ring that little bell icon to get notifications when she posts future videos. And if you'd like to support these magical creations, fly over to our Patreon and join the Fairy family. Safe travels!